How's it going, everyone? Frontier.setter here. Welcome back to the channel. And today we're going to be talking about my concealed carry weapon and how I carry it without using a gun belt. So before people get all bent out of shape, this is not expert advice on how you should carry your weapon. You are an adult and you can make conscious and informed decisions on how to do so. I'm simply making this video to share some tips and insights into my own personal experiences to maybe help some of you who are interested in this minimalistic, effective setup. First and foremost, I almost never wear pants with belt loops or use a belt in general. And when I do use a belt, I usually use something simple like this. This is just a single layer nylon belt made by Carbon Tactics. So usually I wear joggers and sweatpants because they're comfortable and they're easy. And the nice thing about these kinds of pants is they come with a little drawstring. So if you want increased retention, you can just tie that sucker down and there you go. Simple, right? So how do I carry my pistol comfortably and safely while keeping that holster retained on my body? It really comes down to two things: holster design and clip design. Now, I've talked about the G-Code Incog Eclipse holster in the past, and G-Code still remains my favorite holster manufacturer for a couple of reasons. So the holster itself is made out of this soft felt-like material, and the nice thing about this felt is it's comfortable for you, but it also provides extra friction against your pants, especially like cotton ones like this. And what that friction does is it helps prevent the holster from sliding around all day as you're going out about your business. The felt itself is also quite durable. I've had this holster for a couple of years now, actually several years, and as you can see, the felt looks pretty much like brand new. And they also feature this Mojo thing here, which it allows you to change out whatever clips you want, which I feel like is really beneficial. It gives you that modularity. And I generally like to keep my holsters pretty slick. I'm not a big fan of wedges and wings or whatever. If you like those, you do you. And that's another reason why I am not a fan of the Enigma by Folster. I know it works for a lot of people, but if I'm wearing like something comfortable like joggers or sweatpants, I really don't want to overcomplicate things by wearing another belt. The whole point of wearing these kinds of pants is that you don't have to deal with a belt. And no matter how sexy garter belts are, I'm just not gonna wear one. I also don't give a damn about printing. Never had an issue, never had anybody come up to me and go, "Hey, is that a P2000 in your pants, or are you happy to see me?" I never had anything like that happen, so your mileage may vary depending on the state that you live in and whatever. So on to the clips themselves. These are the HLR clips made by Discreet Carry Concepts. And in my opinion, they are among the best. They're made of this really robust spring steel that has a high clamping force. And the design itself actually grabs onto the cloth and doesn't let go until you forcefully pry it off. I suppose if you were to pull hard enough on the holster, you could just rip your pants or whatever and that would go. But if somebody's grabbing at your pants that much, it better be for a good time. So I've had to make some slight modifications to the clip to get it to fit on the Mojo. I basically just had to file down a little bit to give the screw some clearance, but I haven't run into any issues after I've done so. Now I'll do a couple draws here to demonstrate the retention. So I'm just gonna stand here, draw, feels good, another draw, feels good. Another draw. Feels good.
Later that night.
Another draw. Feels good. Another draw. Feels good. Now obviously on a force encounter, you'll probably lose the gun, you'll probably lose the holster, but I guess this could be said about any situation if you're not using a level 2 holster. So something to note there for you that are really worried about keeping your gun on your person. I don't even suggest this setup at all. I suggest using a level 2 holster, not a level 1 like this. However, I'm not here to talk about theoretical situations. So another alternative, if you're not a fan of the Discreet Carry Concepts clips, you can also use the Ulti-Clip. Now the Ulti-Clip is tried and true. I have a lot of friends that use it, they speak highly of it. I haven't used it myself, but basically it's a small clip here that has a clamping design that clamps on directly to the fabric. So it won't be able to disengage unless you really pry it off or until you pry open that latch. And there's a lot of different sizes and setups for both of these brands, Ulti-Clip and Discreet Carry Concepts, and the prices are both very similar. So you have a lot of options, which is always good for the consumer. Anyways, that's all I got going on for today. I wish you well. Always remember to stay tactically kawaii.